China expands its fracking program. As the world's oil resources continue to dwindle or be affected by the sometimes severe fluctuations provoked by the volatile political situations in the oil-producing regions, more and more countries are being drawn to natural shale gas exploration. China is currently one of the world's leading authorities on the technology required to source shale gas. Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking as it has been termed colloquially, has been labelled with certain scaremongering stories. The process involves drilling down into shale rock and creating explosions which shatter the solid sedimentary seams in order to release the trapped natural gas. Afterwards, water, sand, and other chemicals are injected into the fissure at high pressure, allowing the prized shale gas to flow from the well ahead. This is actually straightforward compared to many of the potentially hazardous techniques having to be applied to extract fossil fuel from ocean beds. As recently as a decade ago, the production of shale gas accounted for a very small percentage of any country's investment into drilling for gas. That has changed, with China becoming the world's leading power in this type of natural gas production. In fact, according to estimates, over the next 2 decades, shale gas will account for a huge percentage of China's energy requirements. As China contains the planet's richest reserves, the production of shale gas is regarded as a potentially rewarding aspect of the country's resources extraction. Of the many benefits to the Chinese economy, the fact that this type of natural gas is stored in such extensive pockets under China is one of the key incentives for the energy devoted to perfecting the fracking process. With a strong natural gas industry of its own, China will be less susceptible to the ebbing and flowing of the fossil fuel prices dictated by Russia or the Gulf states. Geologists have estimated the recoverable reserves lying beneath Chinese soil could be as high as 25 trillion cubic meters. The fracking of this fuel is of particular interest to Chinese engineers because it is such a viable alternative to the burning of coal, which currently accounts for around 70% of the nation's combustible energy. Since shale gas can generate electricity at 50% less greenhouse gas emissions than coal burning, this will be one way for China to considerably reduce its carbon footprint. China, the world's top manufacturing nation. China, the world's top manufacturing nation. While the United States of America has enjoyed premier position as the world's top manufacturing nation for over a century, this prestigious spot is now claimed by China. According to a report by the American consultancy firm HIS Global, the 110-year reign US came to an end in 2010. While American manufacturing output accounted for 19.4% of the global total, this figure was eclipsed by China, who enjoyed a 19.8% share of the market. Traditionally, China's manufacturing base has been dependent on relatively cheaper products like appliances and textiles, with American companies producing higher denomination groups such as aircraft, medical and scientific equipment, industrial machinery, and media industry-related items. In recent times, there has been a seismic shift in China's manufacturing potential. While recognizing the continuing appeal of the traditional output, especially for emerging countries, China is increasingly embracing the latest technological advances and innovations. Partially driven by its strong trade links with Japan A nation which has been at the forefront of technological innovation for some time, Chinese manufacturing output is now spreading into all manner of contemporary areas. Advances in the way the pharmaceutical industry operates in China have led to a boom in drug research and other health-related scientific investigation.